Hey there guys, we're back for another review. This is one I've been wanting to do now for a while. We've had this in NSLC now for quite a bit. This is Trappe Tripel. Trappist ale, 8% alcohol by volume. Trappe is a Trappist monastery founded in 1884 in the Netherlands. This making it the only Trappist brewery outside of Belgium that actually brews beer. The actual beer is brewed by the De Koningshoven brewery. Probably getting that totally wrong, but who cares? And that's pretty much all you need to know. They have a very large range of beers. Most of them are seasonal. I think just their blonde, their triple, quadruple, and one other one, I can't think of it. I think those are the only ones that are year-round releases. So we're going to uncage this now. This might take a while because this one is a very, very hard one to get into. It's not like Chimay, where if you take the cage off, there's a danger of the cork actually coming out. The corks in these are synthetic. I don't know if you can tell by looking at it, but it's a synthetic cork. And the first time I had one of these, I was incredibly pissed off. Come on, you son of a bitch. This is a very hard cork to get out. As you can see, it's very long. Look at that. Very deep into the bottleneck. Much longer than regular corks. Got my Affligem glass. One I don't pull out quite often. But we need a goblet for this, so... Alright. That's about enough. That's all we need there. You can see the alcohol on the sides of the glass. It's about it's sort of a copper color. A little bit darker than some of the beers of its type, but it's still in the range. It's got a nice finger of head. So we're going to go right to the aroma here, and we'll look at the bottle. There's an underlying coriander spice there. Big thing you get out of this one though, and it's sort of the expected qualities for this, very fruity, also very bready. Sort of like a bread character to it, and it's got the fruity yeasty quality to it, very much more on the banana side than anything else. But it's got that sort of spicy coriander coming up in the back. It's quite mild though. It's not as aggressive as some triples out there. Chimay comes to mind right away. This is definitely a bit more milder than Chimay. It smells very nice though. It reminds you, reminds me of a wheat beer. Got that real sweet banana-like yeastiness to it. Reminds me sort of a Hefeweizen without the big coriander punch. There's just a little bit of coriander in there. So we're going to go right to the taste now. It's dry, well carbonated, not overly carbonated, but it's well carbonated as expected with these sort of beers. Yeah, it's very good. Up front, some sweet breadiness, fruit flavors. Apple, pear, along those sort of notes, and it comes up with this dry breadiness in the background. Again, a bit more of the coriander, but it's not as big as you'll find in some of these Trappist beers. It's a very easy drinker, I find, apart from the carbonation that makes you want to burp. Even a bit of a phenolic character to it. Almost tastes kind of smoky, or that might be just the alcohol, but I don't really detect any alcohol in this, so it's a very, very smooth drinker for 8%. Quite refreshing. This is actually a very good triple to get into if you're just starting out trying the different Belgian styles, because it's very mild. It's not overly aggressive in its flavors. There's no real big flavors punching out anywhere. The yeasty character is fairly subdued, and overall it's just a very nice little kind of introduction triple, I'd say. It's nothing amazing, doesn't blow my mind or anything like that, but it's a good introduction to sort of the Belgian style beers, even though this isn't from Belgium. But you know, it's still a Trappist brew, and it's got so many similar characteristics that you might as well call it a Belgian beer. But it's definitely more mild than its Belgian cousins, and that can be a very big plus. I personally don't find it a detraction. I'm not a big fan of triples anyway, so I actually enjoy this one a bit more than some of the more aggressive ones I've had. And but that being said, I still have to rate this a bit lower maybe than some of those. I think the only triples I've reviewed are Deconic and Chimay, and I can't recall what I gave them at the moment. I have to give this about a 3.5 out of 5. It's a really good beer, it's just not amazing, right? So, alright guys, we'll see you later. If you're in Nova Scotia, just, you know, if you haven't been to the NSLC for a few months, this is there. And it's pretty damn good. It's also, I believe it's cheaper than Chimay. I think it is a tad cheaper than Chimay Blue, which is also widely available in the NSLCs. So if you want something a bit lighter, more on a light fruit kind of taste, rather than that stronger kind of port taste that the Chimay Quad, Chimay Blue gives you, then this is a really good alternative. It's almost like a white wine in some ways. Alright guys, I've babbled enough. So 3.5 out of 5 for Trappe Tripel, and we'll see you again later.